Hi, my name's Jessie and I'll be your counselor today.
Hi, I'm Nadine.
Hi, Nadine. So, before we get started, I'm just going to let you know that everything is confidential, and what that means is what is said here today will go no further than me unless it is harmful to yourself or others.
I understand.
So, what brings you in today?
Well, I wanted to come in and kind of open a dialogue up about my drinking.
Okay, and what about your drinking?
I think I am doing way too much of it, and I worry that it's starting to affect other aspects of my life.
In which way?
Well, for example, I just recently split up with my fiance. We were together for almost 8 years, and I think that my drinking really contributed to that.
And how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel a lot of different emotions, some of which are really confusing. Part of me is kind of mourning the loss of the relationship, but another, almost bigger part of me feels relief. And I don't know if that relief is because now I can drink more, or if it's because I just wasn't happy in the relationship and now it's over. So I feel really confused with all these emotions.
What emotion would you say is the strongest?
Probably right now, relief.
In which way?
I feel relieved that I'm not in the relationship anymore, and I feel relieved that I kind of have more freedom to do what I want. Although I don't know if that freedom is going to be a good thing for me in the long run, because I worry that that freedom is going to lead me to drink more.
And how does that make you feel?
I feel um, I'm sorry, can I have a minute to think?
Yeah, that is not a problem at all. Take all the time you need.
Okay. Well, I feel like a bad person that I feel that way, that I feel relief. Like I feel like what's wrong with me? Like if it was anyone else that left a relationship, they would be sad and upset, and I feel like what's wrong with me that I feel happy about it.
There's nothing wrong with that emotions. It's just trying to find the ways to deal with the emotions. Do you have any ideas on how you'd like to do that?
No, I'm so confused, and I hope that by coming here, that even me just being able to get them out in the open would be kind of a start to help me get better.
And we can do that if that's what you'd like to do. I'm here if you need to talk at any time. In what ways would you like to move forward?
Well, I think um, a big thing I would like to do is just be able to just talk about my feelings and kind of explore them some more, because I just feel so confused and I feel so overwhelmed with all these things in my head, and and like I don't know, I feel like I can't like fit them in the right places, if that makes sense. Like I just feel like they're swimming around in my head and I don't know what to think or what to do. I feel really overwhelmed.
I see a little fidgeting right now. Is there some sort of emotion going on with that?
Well, I mean, like I just said, I feel overwhelmed right now. I feel a whole slew of different things. Like I feel embarrassed. I feel confused. I feel um, upset. I feel like a loser. I'm a pretty independent, strong person, like that I like to think of myself anyway, and I feel like all of this is just like the drinking is just making me look like a fraud.
In which way?
Well, I I feel like I paint this picture of myself as like this kind of hardworking, intelligent. I don't mean that to sound like come off as sounding egotistical or
No,
anything, but
not at all.
I feel like the 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 picture I portray to the outside world isn't what I am. And I feel like if people knew how I really was, they would judge me and they would lose all respect for me.
So, what I'm gathering from what you said so far is the way that people see you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is the way that people see you has a big impact on you.
A huge, huge impact. I like you just hit the nail on the head. Like other people's impressions of me are matter more to me than what I feel about myself. Like I feel like judge I judge myself on how other people interpret me.
And how do you feel like that's holding you back?
Well, I mean, you always hear that you're supposed to like love yourself and that you should be true to yourself. And I feel like it's probably not healthy for me to judge my whole self-worth on what other people think of me. And I mean, I sometimes like I think I go to these big stops to try to get people to like me so much or try to impress people, and even that I think pushes people away. And I don't I feel like I need to learn how to love myself without having to worry about what other people think of me.
Notice the fidgeting again. Are you uncomfortable speaking about this?
Not uncomfortable, but it's kind of I never even really kind of considered that until you helped me reflect on that. Like I never kind of thought about how much importance I place on what other people think of me. So that's kind of interesting to me a little bit.
So, now that you know that about yourself, in which ways would you like to move forward?
Well, I think I need to discover some kind of strategies to help me to become comfortable with my own picture of myself. But I need to be, I don't really know where to begin with that, I guess. But I do think it's important for me to learn to love myself.
It is very important.
Um, and and then and I wonder if like me drinking is kind of like a outlet for me to like get rid of all these negative feelings I have about myself, right? And I feel so I feel like stressed to the max about what other people would think of me if they found out about that. And I wonder why drinking is so important to me if I'm so concerned about what would happen if other people knew about how much I did it.
So, it sounds to me like not only is everyone's view on you very important, but I also, and you can correct me again if I'm wrong, you're scared, or not really scared, but it seems like you're just not sure how to tell people that you have what you believe to be a drinking problem. And just, would it help you more if you were out in the open about it? How do you feel about that?
I feel incredibly anxious. Even you just bringing that up makes me feel anxiety. I would never want other people to know about it.
Thank you for telling me how you're feeling about that.
Yeah, it's like that just makes the pit of my stomach like drop. Like I would never want other people to know about that.
Do you believe that that's a good thing?
Probably isn't. I mean, I think if I was super serious about getting help for my problem, then that would probably be one of the first steps I should take is kind of bringing people close to me into that so that they can help support me. But I don't know if I'm ready to quit drinking. I like it. I enjoy it. I feel like it's an outlet for me. I feel it's because I'm a pretty high strung person and I feel like it helps me to unwind. And I know it's not right to rely on substances and stuff, but it helps me to unwind and I'm not ready to give that up yet.
So maybe just talking from now about everything would be a good first step for you. What do you think?
I agree. I think if that was what we could do for the next little while, I would be comfortable with that.
Good. So, to go back on to what we were talking before with the drinking, in which ways do you find does it hold you back from things?
Well, I find that it will hold me back from lots of things now that I think about it. Like, I will turn down going out with friends because I want to drink. I will turn down shifts at work the morning after I drink because I got too drunk the night before and now I'm hungover. And my career is very important to me. This is very important to me, and I don't want my drinking to stand in the way of that. And I feel like I've managed to maintain like a fairly good reputation at work, but I'm nervous as to how my drinking is going to affect that reputation down the line.
And how does that make you feel?
Nervous makes me feel angry at myself because how could I be so stupid, right? And I like feel stupid.
You're far from stupid, and it's something that you can overcome. You seem like a very strong, independent woman, and I feel if you are willing to take these steps that you're going to have to take, then I think you can do what you need to.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to take those steps yet. It took a lot for me to just come and talk to you today about my feelings. And I mean, maybe down the line something will change, but I think just talking about my feelings is a huge step for me right now.
Are your feelings making you a little?
Yeah, I think you bringing up taking steps towards changing is giving me anxiety right now.
Too much all at once?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Well, we can take a few steps back and we can just keep going with your emotions and how everything makes you feel at some points.
And I want to be able to do this at my pace. It's a big thing to me. I don't like feeling rushed into things, and I like some semblance of control, I guess. So I would like for our relationship to kind of move at my speed.
Which is totally okay. That is your choice. I want you to feel as comfortable as you can, and the comfortable you are is the better it is for both of us, and mostly for you. You need to be comfortable and willing to share your emotions with me. And so far, you've been doing very, very, very good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been difficult, but I appreciate you.
Oh, well, anytime. So, just to get back onto it just a little bit before our time ends today, and once again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I got from our session today is you're willing to take the steps when you're ready to, and that is great. It is great that you're here and you're taking the first initial step and you did it on your own. That is very, very, very good and makes you even stronger than what you think. And if you'd like to take the steps slowly, only meeting up once a week or to your comfort is totally up to you. So whenever you would like to get together again, you could feel free to call and book an appointment and let me know if you need to talk and we can take it from there.
I look forward to our our further sessions.
Yes, it was nice to see you.
Thank you.
Nadine. Oh, perfect.